Hey, good evening, YouTubers. This is Joe Collins. I've not been doing videos lately, but had a situation happen to me today that really made me feel that this gentleman's service needed to be expanded upon, and when people Google it, they need to find it. So Joe Swift is the owner of Swift Auto Services at 4300 Meridian St in Indianapolis. You can look him up and you'll see my reviews all over the internet about the situation that occurred to me. So back in December, I was taking a trip down to Atlanta, Georgia to pick up a gooseneck trailer. And on the way back, when I stopped in Nashville, for some reason when I came out of a restaurant for dinner, the car wouldn't start. So I called, after trying several times to get the car to start, called a roadside assistance to come and jump my truck. Well, they came and they didn't have a big enough vehicle to jump the vehicle. So they used a jumper box and they used their own jumper cables and connected to their car. Well, the ultimate result was that it blew the computer. Stuck in Nashville for 4 days. It was a horrible situation. I could go through all of that, but I won't because I'm trying to get to the point. Okay, so I had to tow my truck back to Indianapolis, and I took it to my local provider who had worked on my vehicle before, Joe Swift, who's the owner of Swift Auto Services. And this is December 19th of 2015. Turned it in, said, hey man, I understand that it's Christmas. I'm not in a real hurry because I've already had to buy another truck because I need a vehicle to drive on, but I think they're trying to juice me down there in Nashville, so can you please look through this, give me a good estimate, of what damages has occurred. I've been told that it was an ECU that needs to be replaced, so can you just find out what it's going to cost me to fix it? I don't think that it should be as much as what they said. And he said, no, it shouldn't cost that much, but I can't give you an estimate just yet. I said, that's fine. I already bought another truck, so just if you can get it fixed, and I feel like I trust you, so just take care of me. And he, big old hearty pre-Christmas handshake, and I was off. Well, in my past, I've been a little bit high-strung about things, so I've been trying to be more relaxed this year, and I didn't badger him. I decided I'll call him once a week after the holidays to find out the status. So January came around, I call, and he still hadn't got to it. We're getting close to February. And he finally did a little bit of work on it, found out that he didn't have the right equipment to scan to find out what other problems, or if it really was the computer. And another month went by of me calling and still getting no updates that was worth anything. I didn't even get an estimate to fix it because he is looking for the computer equipment. He apparently didn't think, well, I'll just send it down to the Dodge dealership and have them scan it and I'll bring it back. Maybe he didn't want to pay for that. I don't know. Well, in the meantime, I'm working with the insurance company to try to get this roadside assistance people to fix my vehicle, and I got to where I needed to be within days of giving them the vehicle. So they're waiting for an estimate, I'm waiting for an estimate, and now we're in March. Finally, I get an estimate from Joe Swift, and the estimate is $2,700 because the part that is needed is an ECU. Duh, that's what I told you it was. And he can't find a rebuilt one, so he has to buy, a higher priced, ECU with a warranty. Fine, whatever. Get the insurance company to authorize the repairs with the $1,000 deductible on my part, and another 3 weeks go by, and we're at the beginning of April, and he finally fixes the vehicle, and I come back to get it. So now we're 4 months in to this repair, and Joe doesn't seem to care much that it's been there that long. I mean, I've called him every week. He's never called me to give me an update. Never told me what he was really doing other than when I call him. All right, so to me, when you're working on somebody else's vehicle, you should call them periodically and say, hey man, this is what's going on, here's where we're at, this is where the parts are on order, whatever. Never did that, not once. So I go in there the insurance or the estimate he provided was $2,700 and something, and he said it was fixed. Handed my credit card, and he fixes it. He charges the credit card, and he drives the truck around. Well, I get close to the truck, and he's looking at it. Well, there's an electrical indicator on in the dashboard. And I said, well, Joe, I'm not going to take it with it not being fixed. It's clearly not fixed, so you need to take it back and fix it. He said, yeah, sorry about that. Sorry for charging your card. He drives it back. I leave, and a couple more days go by, and he still hasn't called me. So I stop by the shop, and he's, I just got it back from a test drive, and here it is. It's fixed, and he hands me a bill for $190. I'm like, why should I pay you $190 to fix a problem that was clearly not there before? It was clearly part of this deal. I paid you $2,700 a couple days ago. Why are you handing me a bill? And half of the bill was a stupid code scanner charge of $90 because he scanned my codes. We've been scanning the damn codes on my truck for 5 months. Do you need to charge me $90 to scan them again? I mean, I could go buy a whole code scanner for $90. And we went back and forth. He wanted me to sign the invoice and pay for it. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. You file a supplemental with the insurance. That's on you. You shouldn't perform the work without it being authorized. So, and of course, when you sign the piece of paper at the auto dealership, it says that you agree to a mechanic's lien being placed in your vehicle. I don't want a mechanic's lien. And this is the kind of guy who would do it. So I leave, and I called him earlier the next week and said, hey, I need my truck because we have a Little League parade on Friday. So if you please get it taken care of. And he says, I need an email. I need you to email me the place to send the supplemental. So I email him the place to take, for my insurance company to send the supplemental estimate in. Well, he loses it or can't open it or whatever. He deletes it and sends it to the roadside assistance provider that's being basically sued by my insurance company. And they call me. I've been 4 months since I've talked to them. And I'm like, why are these people calling me? So I call them back and I say, hey, Joe, why is this company calling me? Why are you sending estimates to them? Well, I lost the other estimates. So what does he do? He just sends it off to wherever. He doesn't call me and say I lost anything. He says he explained it. I never heard it. So I give him the information again, and he finally sends it in. Well, at the same time, I'm still expecting him to give me the truck by Friday so I can use it for the parade. Friday comes around, waiting for a phone call. He closes at 5:30. I called at 5. No, voicemail. Didn't get nothing. So now I've got a dilemma. Do I just cancel the parade? Or do I use my new truck? I want 13 little Pee-wee leaguers in the back of my truck, potentially scratching it. Whatever. So I use my truck. But that's another example of how unprofessional this gentleman is. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your vehicle. All he cares about is him and his billing. And I understand it's a business, but I have businesses too. And if I treated customers like he treated me in the last couple of months, I wouldn't have any more customers. So anyways, I went back in there today because finally it's the next Monday, and he hands me a bill for $3,300, and so it's $472 more than what it originally was, and it's $270 more than the original $190 that he tried to charge me a few days prior. I'm like, well, why is it so much more? Why? And of course, the insurance company's trying to take care of it, but there's still a $50 gap, which he can't explain to me. I said, what is this extra $50? The insurance company's paying you $420. Why are you charging me $470? He didn't know. He couldn't tell me. And I said, why should I pay you $50 out of my own pocket for a fee that you have no idea? Why should I do that? So we're sitting there going back and forth. There's another customer behind us. It's getting heated. Not to me, I wasn't getting upset. I was just, I guess, getting intellectual about it. But I guess you have to know when you're arguing with idiots, because you're not going to go anywhere. He was going to charge me what he was going to charge me. He didn't care what the insurance company was paying. He didn't even attempt to figure out why it was different, what he was charging that the insurance company wasn't covering, and he never even got authorization to do the extra $270 worth of work And he didn't seem to care about that either. So as far as I'm concerned, the gentleman is potentially committing fraud, insurance fraud, by overbilling for work that wasn't authorized, and clearly performing work prior to a supplemental being approved, because the work was already done. Well, that's not how it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to get approval before you do work. Either way, the long story short is, in 5 months, oh, and by the way, when I went out to get my truck today, there was a dent in the side of the door, which he would not take accountability for. Oh, no, that didn't happen here. There's no way that could have happened here. I said, Joe, it wasn't in the side of my truck whenever I dropped it off. Oh, I didn't do it. There's no way it happened. There's no way it could have happened. Whatever. So I just drove away. But the whole purpose of this video is to warn anybody in the Indianapolis area, Greenwood area of Indiana, that Joe Swift, when it comes to doing standard small mechanical things, is probably perfectly fine. But when you get to more complex issues, where you have to deal with insurance company, or you have to deal with electrical systems in a vehicle, go somewhere else. There's absolutely no reason to go there. He charges $90 an hour for his labor rate. It's not significantly lower than anybody else. It's not that much higher than anybody else. But if you want your vehicle back within a few weeks or a week rather than 5 months, pay an extra $20 an hour. He only billed me like 8 hours of labor over 5 freaking months. So, word of warning to anybody: avoid Swift Auto Services in Indianapolis, Indiana. And that's this video. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll post some other videos, but this is the first one in a while.